All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakodash. A double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to Yaki in bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And as you see here, it says the U.S. firm building $300 million for AI-equipped Doomsday bunker. It says, and this from the RT as you see, but it says booking a place in the lavish shelter limited to just 625 spots reportedly costs $20 million, and that's $20 million per person, right? So, this not just another sign to show you we're at the end? Now, Esau is preparing, all of these bunkers, which we already know the elites, they've been had theirs. But nevertheless, the point that is being broadcasted on news now, it's making headlines. Those are things, that were once kept in secret, to keep people from fearing, quote unquote, the end that was going to come. But we clearly understand the scriptures tell us, for the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Meaning what? That the third world war, is on the brink, man. And ultimately, Yahweh Shai is ushering in the prophecies, of the end gradually, but lo it will come, as the scripture says, man, right? So I want to start off in the book of Revelation 12. I got my notes there, right? But this Revelation 12 and 12, right? Because we understand as the closer and closer we get into the end, Esau is going to bring forth that wrath, and that wrath, him bringing it so fast is like a sign, a sign that he knows his kingdom is coming to an end, right? This Revelation 12 and 12, therefore rejoice ye, heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So Esau knows that his time is winding down, man. And Yahweh Shai has set forth those bounds that he cannot pass, which means what? He's basically, moving at a pace to try to establish his new world order faster, right? But in doing this also brings forth his destruction faster, meaning what? That the chariots are going to come with Yahweh Shai, the host of heaven. And when we read in Revelation 1 and 7, but also the thermonuclear missiles in which the scriptures speak about, man. Right? When we go into the book of Joel, when we go into the book of Isaiah, and it speaks about, he that blow up this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just grab it, Isaiah 54, to get into the point, because the bunkers are what he sees as a protection against the inevitable, right? Which is, the heavens being rolled together as a scroll, as the scripture says, right? There's Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy, right? So the modern day smith, is your scientist, man, because your ancient smith was those who did what? Your blacksmiths, they would basically create these weapons of or tools of war. So in the modern technological advanced days, it's the scientists, right? It says, and I've created the waster to destroy. And what is that waster? The missiles, man, right? The scriptures talk about the Lord opening his armory, right? Right? So it says, I've created the waster to destroy. And that destruction is going to come by thermonuclear missiles, man. Thus saith the scriptures, right? The scriptures call them arrows, right? Because the prophets could only use, the words that they had back then to describe what they seen today. When Prophet Ezra is speaking about, I seen one arrow shot from one end of the country, shot into from one country into another country, right? He's not speaking of a physical arrow. That's not even capable of that type of strength and power. So he's speaking of what? The nukes, man, right? So they're hiding from the destruction they're hiding from the hails, the scourges that are about to come, and most importantly, the nukes, because the elites ain't going to be, just taken out, man. They're going to be kept for that appointed time to be brought up out of those holes, right? And now he is also, he got the lesser luminaries and families and things of that sort, which could actually afford, to stay in a spot like this, basically to try to continue to run forth that shadow government. But what he doesn't understand is Yahweh Shai is coming to take all the crowns off the heads of the kings of the earth, man, right? Because the last rulership, this is that little horn that the scripture spoke about, man. that rebirth of the Roman Empire, and this is the last beast. After this, there's a world without end for the nation of Israel. Nobody else is up next, man. And he knows this, right? It says a luxurious members-only Doomsday bunker, with AI-powered medical suites and indoor pools being developed in the U.S., right? So if he is talking about it now, it's probably already done, you know? So it's set to open next year. The multi-million-dollar project is designed to shelter the world's super rich in the event of the apocalyptic disaster, right? And this is the thing. Who's to say that they'll be able to reach that one spot in the earth, you know, when all hell breaks loose? See, that's what people don't understand. You even got niggas, man, on a stupid low level. This nigga Travis Scott bought a $160,000 truck, a quote unquote doomsday truck. Bro, what is that gonna do for you? You can't escape anyways. You're an Israelite. He can't escape. He's just gonna have to, you know, live through the terrors that the Lord bring in them bunkers, and then get snatched out by the elected men, right? So seeking any way to hide yourself from you know, hell and thermonuclear destruction other than trying to get closer into the arms of Yahweh Shem Shai is going off. All right, so let's grab some more please. I'm gonna go into Revelation 6 chapter. Revelation 6. Right, to show you that Yahweh Shai is coming. It's Revelation 6 at the top. And when I see and I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw and behold a white horse, and that white horse represents Yahweh Shai, man. How do we know? Well, when we go into the book of Revelation, 19th chapter, right? It's going to speak on. It's 19 and. So like here. Here we go. This is Revelation 19 and 11. And it reads, it says, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself." Right, and this is speaking of Yahweh Shai, showing forth that he's that white horse, right? Hey, because his job is going to be to do what? Hey, when he comes back, the scriptures talk about, you know, Isaiah 63, how you know, he tread the winepress alone. The scriptures also speak about you know, he's not coming back to meet thee as a man. So when Yahweh Shai returns, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be action, man, right? And in the midst of this action, you know, after. The nukes hit, because these people don't understand when Yahweh Shai returns. Not only are the angels going to be zapping people with that heat from the lasers, but you soon have the missiles, you know, to worry about after, man, right? Which are going to lay the land desolate, as the scripture says. And this is why they're trying to get back into those bunkers, man, or get spot in those bunkers. So that. Much like when we go into the book of Isaiah, what is it, the 26th chapter in the 20th verse, where it speaks about come thou into thou chambers, into the indignation be overpassed. Esau sees that his you know, sanctuary, you know, on the left hand side for Isaiah 26, man. Matter of fact, I'll grab it. It's Isaiah 26 and 20, and it reads, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers," right? Because we understand the way in which the elect are going to escape from the thermonuclear destruction is by them being caught up in the host of heaven inside the chariots, man, or inside the chariots, Salakia, right? But the elite, them not being able to escape, their only way to survive this is by being in those bunkers, right? So as the elect will be saved from that salvation, or saved from that destruction from the chariots by going up, the elites are going to be down, you know, into the clefts of the rocks, into the mountains, that try to, quote unquote, escape, man. Hey, but the scriptures tell you, hey, that the earth is going to move to and fro like a drunkard, So throughout that whole process of the earth being pummeled by these nukes, hey, they're still going to be alive. The Lord is going to keep their spirit within their flesh, man. So they're going to have to experience, that hell and going to have to feel that, man. Even though they won't be on top, getting burned, they'll still have to live through that. And that in itself is pain and agonizing mentally and spiritually, right? And of course, physically as well. So on all three levels, are they going to feel it? They just not going to die from it, right? Yeah. It's 21. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain, right? So continue to go here. It says, set to open next year, the multi-million-dollar project is designed to shelter the world super rich in the event of an apocalyptic disaster. The U.S.-based company SAFE, strategically armored and fortified environments, which specializes in secure property designs, unveiled plans to build a $300 million fortress in Virginia, just outside Washington earlier this month, right? So they at least tell you a state it's going to be in, or it could be a lie and be in a whole different place. And only the members that can afford it, they will get some sort of email or text. We know man. It says a project named ARIE is set to open in 2026. I want to look that word up. AERIE. AERIE. ARIE. Wow, hey, you can't you can't make this up, man. Eagle's nest. That's what it means. Hey, we understand this is Esau, man. It says nest of a bird of prey, level ground garden bed, right? Hey, all going back to E, man. All going back to E. This is hilarious because he can't escape who he is, He can't escape who he is. Ultimately, Esau's spirit is attached to, to certain movements, so to speak, man. Him always seeing himself as the eagle. Him love being in the clefts of the rocks, how he likes his architecture. That's him, man. That's his spirit. He can't run away from, those things, right? Matter of fact, let's go into the book of Obadiah really quick. Let's go. This is Obadiah 1 and 3. It says, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground, right? Due to his pride. It says, though thou exalt thyself as thy eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Shemel Shai. Hey, so there it is, man, showing forth, that it's still Esau, and that he's still upon the earth, man, regardless of what these people say. They don't understand the scriptures, and you can't expect them to. They're going to do everything in their power to try to, have us back in that state of us not knowing or being confused. No, Yahweh Shemel Shai has opened the understanding of the scriptures, and it's a miracle in which, we believe and know, right? So with us knowing, we put in the work and bring forth the truth to the body, so that we can get continuously edified, until we can't anymore, right? So going back here, it says the project named ARIE is set to open in 2026 and could house 625 wealthy individuals in the event of a global disaster, according to the company, right? And I guess this is like an image of what it's supposed to be. It just reminds me of that game Fallout Shelter, really. It says the underground bunker, featuring robotic medical suites, a lavish indoor swimming pool, a bowling alley, a climbing wall, and a gourmet dining, will offer clients the chance to survive if they can afford the entry fee, an investment of $20 million per person. The whole reason ARIE came to be is that after building multi-million-dollar sanctuaries for our clients on their estates and super yachts, they still traveled away from their protected homes to locations with the lower level of protection. It says ARIE, which resembles a high-end resort, will offer guests a set of luxury amenities, including advanced medical centers. It reminds me of that movie, I'm about to say Asylum, not Asylum, Elysium. How they had that super medical thing in which could heal people. All you have to do is lay them down and scan them, right? Well, that's what it reminds me of. It says, we'll offer guests a set of luxury amenities, including advanced medical centers where clients can receive treatment, which for E mean, he going to be drinking his Chrome, right? It says can receive treatment for ailments and access life-saving therapies. using AI-powered tools, as well as a variety of wellness programs. All right, let's hop back into the scripts. It's just giving the deets of what E, wants to do, when his hell is coming. But nevertheless, he's not gonna be comfortable despite how lavish it may be down there, man. Now, this is ultimately going into Revelation 6. I'm going to read it. It says, And I beheld when he opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And this is due to the nuclear missiles hitting, and that smoke of her fire, actually ascending up, and covering the sun, man, right? It says, And lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth. And this is speaking of Esau's rulership and structure. He's likened unto these stars that fell from earth, right? And it says, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, right? And how do we know? When we go into Isaiah the 34th chapter. Matter of fact, I go into the blue letter. Here we go. This is Isaiah 34. And here we go. I'll start here at 4, and it says, And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, right? Going back into what? Thermonuclear destruction. And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, and the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, right? Showing and resembling that event, right, of the Third World War. It says, For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon who? Upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Showing you therefore, this is speaking of E, going into the destruction of E, and, the rest of the inhabitants of the earth. Because it's not like just when the nukes hit, it's going to only destroy one nation. No, it's devouring all. That's why the scripture says it was as the Garden of Eden before them, and after them a desolate wilderness, right? So it says, the sword of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness. Speaking of, how this is going to be a sweet savor unto the Lord, man. Much like how, the first death came and he destroyed all except 8 souls. Well, this time it's a sacrifice, right? The first death was cleansed with water. The second with fire. So this is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter, and where? In the land of Idumea, right? So, matter of fact, that was the point, But, yeah, man, we're going to keep going. Because it's going to get more. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to that in Isaiah 24 and 22. So Isaiah 24, verse 22. Matter of fact, I'm going to start 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, which we understand the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where, who is he? So going again, Esau, him being the king for the appointed time, right? That's why the scripture says in the book of Sirach 10, matter of fact, gotta grab it really, really quick and get to the point. There's Sirach 10 and 4, and it reads, The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. But that exchange doesn't happen until the last or the previous king is taken out of power. All right, so let's go back. This is Isaiah 24 and 22. It's like at 21 down. It says, And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison. And after many days shall they be visited, right? The moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when the Lord of the hosts shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and before his ancients gloriously, right? We understand that, with them being in these bunkers, and I'm going to grab that, talking about when in Revelation, I believe it's the 6 further down. So let's go there. This back in Revelation. Yeah, here we go. This back in Revelation 6, Yeah, that was Isaiah 24. Going to Sirach 11. 1 second. Let me read what it says. Yeah. It's a lot. This back in Revelation. Now I'm going to go into that Sirach. So Revelation 6. And I'm going to start over again here at 12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as the fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind, showing you that the rulership of this age, this age in which Esau rules, is going to fail. And ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to bring forth these terrors unto them while they're in their bunkers as well, right? And when those nukes hit, hey, this is what it's going into. It says, and 14, it says, and when heaven, it's like, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every freedman hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. So going back to the article, right? This is one of those dens or quote unquote safe havens the elites are going to, find refuge in, only to be the first crops of slaves, right? In the kingdom to come. It says, according to the director of Safe's medical preparedness, at the Doomsday residence, members will have the privacy to conduct business while sealed behind impenetrable walls. So they think that Esau ultimately thinks that houses shall continue forever, man, as the scripture says, right, in the book of Psalms. It says, for security reasons, everything except the members' club and his rooftop penthouse is located underground. To create the illusion of being above ground, the bunkers feature interactive walls, ceilings, and special lighting, Salakia, that affects simulate. I'm gonna read that again. And special lighting effects that simulate a setting perched high above the city. There goes that view, quote unquote, that he enjoys so much, man. You see it in Grecian and Roman architecture. He always wants to be high. All right, going back to that word airy, which goes back to eagle's nest. Right, it says, despite being very deep underground, the suite includes a hyperbaric chamber for concentrated oxygen, which the company said is beneficial during events with low air quality. Additionally, there is an ice plunge room aimed at improving blood circulation and mental well-being, as well as IV therapy room for providing essential nutrients. Yes, them shooting up they whatever. It's not just IVs, man. We know how they get down. It says, this is back in Revelation 6 and 16. Matter of fact, no. This is Revelation 11, and 18. Because we understand, there's levels of prepping and things of that sort. The elites have what they have, but also, the lower Edomites have what they have as well. But, hey, regardless of all of that is going to fail. And ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to protect his men and allow his men to navigate in these days in order to eat, in order to receive some type of refuge, and be covered. Right? The angels campeth round about those that fear the Lord. That is never going to fail. There's Sirach 11. I'll start here at, let's see. Yeah, 18. It says, there is that waxeth rich by his weariness and pinching, and this is the portion of his reward. And we understand that, the elites have gotten, gain through rape, robbery, and murder. Right? The scriptures tell us the thief cometh not but for to steal, to kill, and destroy. When we go into the book of Habakkuk, and it speaks about that though woe unto those that establish a city by blood, and iniquity, paraphrasing. And this is what he does. Esau is the true niggard, man. Why? Because he heaps all these things unto himself. He wants all the goods. He wants all the resources. He wants all the power. He wants all the control, right? And in being this selfish and moving as wickedly as he's been moving, the Lord has a judgment set up for him, right? And that even trickles down, to the lower level Edomites as well, man, because this is how they believe and move as well. It says, there is that waxeth rich by his weariness and pinching, and this is the portion of his reward. Whereas he saith, I have found rest, and now will eat continually of my goods, and yet he knoweth not what time shall come upon him, and that he must leave those things to others and die. Here it is, he'll find mines of gold, and these other nations are finding mines of gold and different resources. Hey, well, Yahweh Shem Shai ain't gonna allow them to, receive the benefits of using those things, because that's ultimately left for his elect. Hey, the forces of the Gentiles have to be brought in, right? So even when you look at the lower level of E, trying to prep, hey, he don't know where he's gonna be at in a time when all hell break loose. Yahweh Shem Shai could teleport his men into these places, or just allow his men to stumble upon him. When you watch the movie The Road, how they stumbled upon that bunker, hey, well, the Lord is gonna guide brothers to these safe havens, man. These places of comfort where they're able to, deal and, eat and to have a peace of mind in the midst of the chaos. Understanding, it's not gonna be like that forever, but hey, he's gonna navigate us in a way in which, we're not going to want, right? In the sense of we're not gonna need, because he's gonna be providing. Right? So that was that right there in Sirach 11. And the goods being left to others, preppers, so forth and so on. And you see a lot of these people on YouTube, and they don't, necessarily show the location, but the Lord will lead us into it, man. This is Revelation 6, going back. It says, and I'll read 15 again. It says, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? So they even know that they have no chance, man. Once they hit, it's over for their ass, man. It says, as the idea of doomsday shelters gains popularity among the world's super rich, safe plans to expand and build residential bunkers in 50 U.S. states to prepare for what is described as the unthinkable. Now I want to grab one more precept and close it out. Hey, because this is the fate. This is Revelation 16. And no. Yeah. It's Revelation 16 and 16, man. Matter of fact, I'll start at 14. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Shem Shai, that it shall no more be said that the Lord liveth, which brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, right? Speaking of the first Exodus, right? And that deliverance, how great it was. And how that word of the deliverance, how the Lord fought for the children of Israel, was passed throughout the land. How much greater is this deliverance going to be, right? 15, it says, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. Hey, right here, it says, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into the land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord. And that's what we're doing now. And they shall fish them, right? We're fishing. Hey, as the parable of the dragnet, right? Hey, you brings in both the good and the bad. You throw out the bad. Hey, well, the Lord is doing this now by the word, right? It says, and and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, right? And that's when, we're in our new bodies, man. When we go into the book of 2 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, and it speaks about not all of you shall taste of death, but we shall all be changed, right? So this shows you the chronological order of how the Lord is going to have things, done, right? It says, and after will I send for many hunters, and that's after the upgrade, after the victory, right? And they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. So these bunkers in which they're staying in and wherever else they may be hiding, guess what? It's going to be the elect's duty to go and get them, right? And he knows this is going to happen. And it's going to be a beautiful thing to partake in, man. Lord willing, we be those men, because that's exactly what we're fighting for, So that's the point, Lord willing, it was edifying unto the body. And at that moment, of snatching them out of their bunkers, going through their armies, right? Because we'll be past Superman, We'll be above Superman, man. That's when we get the power, And it's a beautiful thing, to understand his word, because this is the shelter, right? So Lord willing, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakakodash. A double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yakim bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.